Welcome back, guys. I'm Zell, and today we're doing a Drinkin and Thinkin with Zell. These are going to be probably semi-weekly updates where we kick back, have a drink, and talk about some things. Discussion video, if you will. This week, it's the wee hours of the morning. I'm having a cup of joe. And the intro's about to play, guys, so you can pause here and go get your drink of choice. Alright, so let's jump right into this. Well, almost. Hang on. Okay, now we can jump into it. I got a few things to talk about this morning. I'd really like you guys' opinions on some things. First off, where do you fall in the beauty versus utility? I don't know if you'd really call it a debate, but there are a lot of knives out there, like, say, this Kaiser Sunburst. This thing leans more on the sharp art side. It is a usable tool for sure, but it's not something you're going to want to go out in the woods with or take in the shop and do any hard work with, just because of its blade profile and the fact that, well, it's kind of pretty. Or, there's other things. There's definite work knives, like the 551, I believe this is, HG. Anyhow, the large griptilian and hollow grind. That is definitely a work knife. Nothing terribly pretty here, guys, but it's a hard worker. Or do you fall somewhere in the middle, or do you, have knives that, because they're such hard workers, they make themselves beautiful? Something like, say, this Paramilitary 2. To me, this thing is not the prettiest knife in the world, but its function and its ability to cut make it a very, very beautiful blade. Or do you do things like I've done? If you've watched my Instagram, you've seen that I've been taking apart knives and doing all kinds of acid washing, stone washing, polishing, various things to make them a little more interesting. Especially whenever I get something like that stainless steel Ripple that it was like bronze and kind of near high polish on the blade. I think it was technically satin, but I wasn't impressed. So I took it apart and started doing some work on it. Do you do things like that? Where do you fall on that debate? Okay, before we get into the next one, I want to make a note here. Todd Knife and Tool. I might happen to be related to that guy, and he is a up-and-coming knife designer, and he just put out a video this very morning about his very first folding knife. He's patterned it after a Spyderco, and he's trying to learn things here. So I'll put a link right here over to that video, and if you want to see some interesting stuff, he's really trying to gather up some information on tools a knife maker needs, and I think he's going to let us see some of his successes and failures along the way, and that could be really cool. Anyhow, like I said, link right here, and go give it a look. He's got 2 videos up so far, and he's been working on this knife stuff for several months now, and he's getting somewhere. Anyhow, the second thing that I kind of want to talk about, and we've got 3 here, and that third one's important. You're not going to want to run off. The second thing I've got is, what do you guys think of the current steel climate as far as knives are concerned? We have this situation where Ontario is putting out rats and D2 steel at really, really good prices. We have D2 steel now in knives ranging from a little over $30 to $500, $600, $700. The old adage here that you're paying for the steel is kind of going away there. It's getting skewed. Now, these companies that are making the real expensive D2 steel knives are going to tell you, well, you're paying for the heat treat. They have got the heat treat figured out. Okay, maybe they do. But I've used the rat that's got the rosewood scales on it, now for a few weeks, and I think Ontario has the D2 heat treat figured out as well. And then we go to the other end of the spectrum, and we go back here to this Kaiser Sunburst. This is S35VN. There are several knives now in the under $100 class that are S35VN. You know, Kershaw is making a link right now. If you go over to House of Blades, they've got, I think, 4 different varieties of the 1776 link that are S35VN, all of them about $80. This one's less than $70. So once again, you know, this is the Chris Reeve Knives Steel. In general, a while back, you would have to spend a minimum of, you know, probably $150, $200 to get S35VN. Now, S30V had started showing up in some blades around $80 or $100, but S35VN was kind of rarefied air. It was that place where you had to be spending some serious money to get it. You know, what is your opinion of this? Does the fact that Kaiser's making knives with S35VN at $65, $70, does that, you know, mar your purchase of a Chris Reeve knife or some other brand that's using S35VN, high-end brand? You know, do you celebrate the fact that these knife steels are becoming more affordable? You know, I don't know. I like it, and it worries me. For me, I think about it this way. I would love to see D2 in lots of knives. I have some concern there because D2 is not the friendliest steel to sharpen. And I would hate to turn people off to carrying a knife because the knife is hard to sharpen. However, if we leave AUS 8 and some of this Chinese steel in these knives, are we turning them off because the steel may be easier to sharpen but doesn't hold an edge very long? You know, what's the trade-off here, guys? You know, let me know what your opinion is. All right, guys, short intermission here. We have a Nitecore Tube 45 flashlight. Kind of a neat little flashlight that here in just a minute I'm going to tell you how to get entered in a giveaway. I've got a couple of these to give away, and you might be a winner. Anyhow, before we do that, our last topic of discussion is flashlights. I've got a pile of flashlights over here, and I'm about to get into filming the reviews for these things. And guys, I had no idea what I was getting into with flashlights. To me, a few weeks ago, turning a flashlight on and off was a little button or a twisty thing, and it turned on and turned off. As it is, the little info sheets I put up have become a full page of all kinds of info. And what I need from you guys is, what do you want to see in these flashlight videos? You know, I have some ideas, and I think some of them are pretty cool, but let me know. What do you want to see out of a flashlight review? That way, I can do the best I can to get you the information that you're looking for on these flashlights. Alright, so back to the giveaway. We have 2 Nitecore Tube 45s. We got a blue one and a clear one. All you have to do to enter is have an address within the United States, be 18 years or older, and comment "I'm in" the comment section below. And this is how this is going to work this time. This is to see if you're listening. If I hit the pick a winner button and I look at your comment and you didn't say "I'm in" and you didn't mark whether you wanted clear or blue, then you didn't win it. So follow the instructions and comment below "I'm in," clear or blue, and maybe you'll win one of these Nitecore Tube 45s. They're a pretty neat little flashlight. I'll have a review up sometime this week. And thanks for hanging out with me this early in the morning. I really appreciate it. And you guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.